I really like how you've shown in this movie, but actually in all your movies, ambition. Ambitious characters, and especially in this one, you show this thin line that is between ambition as a very positive force and ambition that unleashes hell, like it does in this one. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, why do you think the characters of this movie fail to stay on the right side of this line? And do you think, as an ambitious person for sure too, that you succeed?
Well, first of all, I'm so glad that you found that in the movie, because it was one of the really exciting elements. That not only is there the spectacle of this whale and the scope and big screen sort of immersive opportunity to give audiences, but there were also these modern ideas, and it was so interesting to look back and find these very relatable motivations and choices in the real characters who had endured all of this. Because it's also about the energy industry, and that's a sort of a politically sensitive issue today.
It is.
And you know, and really worth examining and re-examining as we do, you know, over and over again. I felt like that this was important to sort of acknowledge that this whaling was an economic engine. It was the energy industry of its time, and so all of that ambition, all of that greed, all of that drive needed to be reflected in these characters. And yes, it's also a story of transformation and coming to terms with the truth about yourself and another kind of understanding of your place in the world. Not all the characters achieve this. Some of the characters do, and that's part of the kind of the emotional journey. And you also ask another part, do I think I'd get it right? Well, I really love my work, and it's always ambitious, and this was probably the most ambitious movie that I've ever made. And so certainly there's a price that you pay. Certainly you're not always proud of, you know, every choice that you make in terms of the way you allocate your time. You know, I love it, and I do make movies in a spirit of trying to share something that I think I know and I learned that I hope will really entertain people, make it worth their time, but also, you know, provide them with something to think about and build upon, perhaps.
But do you find yourself in situations, maybe not as extreme as the characters of your movie, but in a situation where you think, okay, I've gone too far, I can't pull this one off. I mean, it's too much. Because of ambition, because of something that drives us to do more and better. And
almost every movie challenges, I think, the director and key people involved in that way, because it's such a uncontrollable process, especially live action movies that are not animation, because there's so many components, and people are investing not only the money that goes into the movie, but the time, their reputations. And so very often as a director, you know, I'll feel the pressure of that responsibility because you know, I not only want to succeed for myself and fulfill the possibilities of the story, but you know, there are a lot of people who've sort of betting on my decision-making process. So I feel that, and I always wonder whether or not it's going to work out.